Court judges, and in case of the transfer of High Court judges should be as follows. It should consist of Chief Justice of India plus 4 senior most judges of the Supreme Court. But in case of transfer of High Court judges, the Chief Justice should also consult additionally Chief Justice of 2 High Courts. One from where the person is getting transferred and the one to where person is being transferred. है ना? So that is another. तो ये बन जाएगा basically 5 plus 2 7 हो जाएगा ये. Plus there is 5 plus 1 also. You must have read it in the newspaper. 5 plus 1 is, देखिए कोलिजियम वैसे कितना होना चाहिए 5 जजेस का. But if the next Chief Justice of India is not in these 5 judges, then he should also be a part of the collegium. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If the next in line to become the Chief Justice of India is not in these 5 judges of the Supreme Court, 4 senior most and चीफ, आप बोलोगे कि सर पर सीनियर मोस्ट तो होगा ही, पर ऐसा हो सकता है ना कि जब तक चीफ जस्टिस रिटायर करेगा तब तक ये चारों रिटायर कर चुके होंगे, ये भी तो हो सकता है. सो इन केस इफ द सीनियर मोस्ट जज, नेक्स्ट सीनियर मोस्ट जज और नेक्स्ट इन लाइन टू बी चीफ जस्टिस इज नॉट इन द 5 judges, then that person should also be included and the collegium would become a 6 judges collegium. The Supreme Court stated that the opinion of the collegium should all be obtained in writing, and only then the executive is bound by the opinion of the collegium. Otherwise, nothing happening. Also, even if 2 judges in the collegium object, then veto. Basically, 5 judges हैं, 5 में से अगर 2 ने भी किसी नाम पे ऑब्जेक्ट कर दिया, that name has to be dropped. You can't send that name further to the executive for the appointment. Do you get it? In case of the appointment of the judges of High Court, the process shall begin at the High Court itself. First, what will happen? Chief Justice of High Court will consult 2 senior most judges of High Court. Then he will give these names to the Chief Justice of India. Chief Justice of India would in turn consult the 2 senior most judges of Supreme Court. And then that opinion will be given to the President of India. All this entire process has to be conducted in writing only. सब कुछ writing में होगा. And as far as possible, the Chief Justice should try to keep the decision unanimous. But अगर 2 judges भी object कर देते हैं, that is the end of it. This is what is the collegium system, which you need to understand. Now you must know, when the NJAC Act was brought in 2014, what was the composition of the NJAC supposed to be? वो पढ़ लीजिएगा please जाके, है ना? And you should also know what were the reasons because of which this NJAC Act was struck down by the court. I'll give you some notes on that also in the next class. The other thing which you should also know is that then, अब जब इतना टक्कर हो गया सेंटर और जुडिशरी के बीच में, between the government and the judiciary, so then at that point of time it was decided that let us evolve what is called as memorandum of procedure. So there is an MOP that has been formed. This MOP is supposed to guide the procedure for the appointment of the judges in the higher judiciary in India, right? But unfortunately this MOP has still not been agreed upon completely between the states and the between the union and the judiciary. Central government और judiciary अभी भी terms पे नहीं आ पाए हैं इस memorandum of procedure के लिए, and as a result of that there are significant delays in the appointment of the judges. Various questions have been raised over the functioning of the collegium. Certain questions are valid, some of them are exaggeration, but the reality is that there is a problem with the functioning of the collegium. The entire judiciary has become a hub of nepotism and favoritism today. That is the unfortunate truth of the judiciary in India. So that needs